Okay, so after yesterday's demo day, I've got the main features in, the main structure of the face and the body. I'm liking some of the marks that's appearing, both in the face itself and in the background. But now I need to get a better likeness of Laura. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the next hour or so. I'm going to try not to disturb too many of the marks down here that I did yesterday, which were quite expressive, using sort of a scraper as well as a roller and a palette knife. I'm liking the looseness, I'm liking the little touches of the stencil that I used, although I think that perhaps needs to just fade away a little bit more there. So yeah, just trying to get a bit more of an interesting background, a bit more of a layered background, but then the face and the body, I want to be contrasting against that a little bit by making sure I've definitely got that likeness right, which I haven't yet, and then see how it goes as we move down. Okay, so that's where I'm at the moment. I'll film a little bit in real time, see how that's going. If it's a little bit lengthy, then I'll do it in time lapse. Okay, so reassessing the face now, looking at the scale and proportions. Forehead, not too bad in terms of depth here. Perhaps just need to reduce the height of that eyebrow a little bit there. Direction of the nose isn't too bad, but end of the nose is too low. That's actually got to come up a little bit. Looking at this here, the curvature of the nose there is a lot closer underneath the eye, so that's got to lift a little bit, which I think will get a better likeness. Also, when I look at the distance here is too deep, and I'm comparing it to that needs to be a shorter distance on there. Now that may come from me slightly extending the lower lid a little bit. You know, I'll have to check the distance here to make sure I've got that right. If that's right, then I perhaps just need to lower that lower lid a little bit, but definitely I think raising that nose up is going to help. Also then that will raise that up, which will be a little bit better, I think. Just having a look, placement of the ear, so make sure I get that tilt on the head right. Top of the ear is in alignment with more so the bottom of the eyes. So I think there again, top of that ear just needs to come off a little bit there. That'll be good, I think, because it'll give me a bigger space here. I haven't quite got the space right there yet. Maybe bring in a little bit and out a little bit. What I do to the nose here is going to have a knock-on effect with the lip, etc., and the chin. So it's really this area, I think, where majority of the work is going to need to be done. So that's my assessment of what I've got at the moment. So now it's just a matter of starting with these eyes and then working my way down, see where that goes. I think I'm probably going to do that bit in time lapse actually. So having done some work on it at the weekend, I'm happier now with the lightness, although still wondering whether or not I need to give a little bit more shadow, sort of just underneath here. When I look at the photo, it probably suggests that. I think the light down here at the moment is actually making the cheek a little bit too long. I think it's going to be better if it looks a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm happy with some of the marks. I'm wanting to get that likeness relatively tight on the face, but then as we pull away, getting looser and more expressive with the brush marks. So down here, for instance, in the dress, I don't really want to overwork those if I can help it. Probably do just a little bit more work over in this corner. I think it looks a little bit on the flat side, so I want to bring a little bit more interest to there. But yeah, I think on the whole, I'm relatively happy with it. I'll post again the final picture when it's done. Okay, bye for now.